Usually when we go hiking, there's a trail. But today, we take you hiking to a place with no signs, no trails, but lots of beautiful scenery. In fact, this is one of the most remote places in the entire United States. And luckily, the guy who knows the area the best, better than anyone else, was our guide. Now up, hiking the Dragon's Lair.
Good morning, this is Christopher with Get in the Wild. We're out at the Dirty Devil Robbers Roost wilderness area this morning, getting ready to go out on an exciting canyoneering adventure for the day. Heading out to the Dragon's Lair here, which is just down canyon from us here. Should be a great day to be out in the wild, beautiful sunshine, snow-capped Henry Mountains in the background. It's going to be an exciting day. Robbers Roost has some pretty amazing history to it. I mean, if we go way back, the Fremont Hopi Indians lived in this area. We see signs of them everywhere that we go. Rock art panels, one of the most famous is only about 10 miles from us in Horseshoe Canyon, the Great Gallery. And then of course more recently, in the late 1800s, a band of Wild West outlaws known as the Wild Bunch used these canyons to hide out from the law. Matter of fact, their hideout is about 6 miles to the east of us as the crow flies. There's a series of 3 natural springs there, and it's a very well protected canyon, so they had drinking water and plenty of shelter from the posses from the sheriff that came out looking for them. So Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, if you've heard about those 2 Wild West outlaws or seen the movie, this is what it's based on, is this pretty amazing country that even to this day is very difficult to navigate and to find your way around in. So as wild and remote as this area is, you have to be very well versed in route finding and navigation in order to be able to travel through these areas safely. That's one of the reasons why we started a guide service here, is to be able to help facilitate these amazing adventures to people that travel through the Southwest but really don't have the knowledge to be able to navigate safely through these areas. So that is a real hazard potentially, getting off the trail and getting into canyons that you're not familiar with and getting lost and stuck. And that's why we're here, is to help bring people out and enjoy the wild safely. So we're looking out at the Dirty Devil River here, which is, the flood stage has been elevated over the past week as we had flash flooding for the past several days. So the flow is a little bit higher than average right now. Average flow for the Dirty Devil is about mid-calf or so. It looks a little deeper and wider today. As you follow the river down, about 30 miles down or so is the confluence with the Colorado River, Lake Powell. And then in the distance, those kind of darker colored cliffs or ridges that we see in the distance is the Bears Ears National Monument, which you encounter as soon as you cross over the Colorado River. Also, as we go downstream, in this area right here, all the kind of lighter colored sandstone that we're looking at is the Navajo sandstone. The canyon's about 1,000 foot deep here roughly, and as you go down canyon, you can start to see some monuments or towers further down canyon. That's in the Wingate sandstone, and once we get closer to the Colorado River, the canyon's about almost 2,000 feet deep there. So That's what we're looking out here to our south, and of course part of the Henry Mountains here over to the southwest. We're just walking down a wash that leads into a beautiful slot canyon. There are no trails out here. The Dirty Devil Robbers Roost Wilderness area is over 3 million acres in size, and there's actually only one designated trail. And the reason that trail exists is because those Wild West outlaws, the Wild Bunch, they had to have a way to get their horses down the cliffs and into the canyon, and they found a route down the cliffs, and that route became a trail. And to this day, that's the only trail that exists out here that's actually a designated trail within over about 3 million acres. Okay, everybody, as we approach this next section here, we're basically coming to the contact between this Carmel Formation and the Navajo Sandstone, and at this contact, oftentimes in the canyons, is going to be where the first rappel is. We're not in a canyon right now, so we're basically getting a cliffy, ledgy area here that's kind of the crux of the approach. So it's a little bit of what we call like third-class scrambling. So we use the power of the team to get everybody through the canyons, and many techniques that we can use to help one another. Partner assist techniques are one of the prime things that we use to help everyone out to get safely through the canyon. So if you start to feel, a little uncomfortable, it's a little steep for you, either myself or Melissa in the back can give you a little bit of a spot to help get you through, the points on the route that are a little bit more difficult. So just bear that in mind as you go across. So I'm going to go across first, and then I'm going to take my backpack off, and then I'm going to come back to the crux, and I'll be there to spot anybody that needs a little hand. Yeah, so this next section of Slickrock is a little bit steeper, and it's pretty much the steepest on our way in this morning. You guys have been pretty spry on your feet. I don't think you'll have any trouble with it. On occasion, we'll bring out a hand line and set up a human anchor. Canyoneers call them meat anchors, and that gives people a little extra, something to hold on to as they go up and down. There's, as I mentioned earlier, partner assist techniques that we can use to help you get up and down. So if you feel like you need a little help, just say something, and we'll definitely help you out here. But again, I don't think you'll have any problem. Yeah, so just to our north here, this canyon coming in from the left is the canyon that we're on our way to, that we're going to be experiencing today. And just beyond the canyon, you see this really big vertical wall of Navajo sandstone that's about 600 feet from top to bottom. Word has it that base jumpers jump off of that. I've never seen that, but it's a pretty neat wall, and it's right at the mouth of Robbers Roost Canyon. You can't see it from here, it's around the corner. So we're in the mouth of the Dragon's Lair here off the Dirty Devil River. This really neat alcove that we're standing in right now we use for a variety of purposes. Yoga in the Wild. We do single day and multi-day Yoga in the Wild retreats, and this is one of the great practice areas. It's a nice flat area. It's got good protection if it happens to be windy outside. And the canyon itself is super cool because it has a lot of flexibility. We can do some canyon hiking here for those that don't want to do technical canyoneering. You can just walk up these narrows, and there's a really beautiful section of subway and slot canyon for those that just like to hike. As you go further up the canyon, it starts to get into a little bit of easy to moderate scrambling, which is basically using your arms and hands to negotiate obstacles as you work your way up canyon. And at the other end of the spectrum, if we want to do a technical canyon, we start at the top and come all the way down, and then there's a series of rappels that we do, and we can come down the whole canyon all the way out to the Dirty Devil River. This canyon has about 6 rappels. Up canyon, there's a total of 4. Below us are the final 2. So from where we're standing now, we can explore up into the narrows. The vast majority of the trips that we do here, we never see another human being. We've been guiding here in this area for going on 9 years now. And over the course of 9 years, I think we may have seen 3 people. So that's one of the really unique qualities is it's a real feeling of the wild, Wild West, and a real feeling of the wild. And as I call it, the silence and the solitude of the wild, because you really get to experience the solitude of what real wilderness is like here at the Dirty Devil.
Thank you for joining us this week. We hope you enjoyed the show. Visit our website to learn more and watch previous episodes of Utopia. And remember, we don't inherit the earth from our parents, we borrow it from our children.